It's my dad's 50th birthday, so, you know, congrats to him. Congrats to you, Dad. Great work, turning 50. Hey, you gonna say something to the camera? You have a camera? It's not a camera. Always knew that you were proud. I didn't really, you know, like, know that it's deep down there, but I'm not quite certain sometimes. Like, he always encouraged me to go to school, right? So I took an arts degree, which was awesome. But, you know, he didn't really understand what arts was. Like, am I drawing pictures all day? What is an arts degree? And I was like, no, it's more than just hanging out and drawing pictures and stuff. Like, I write stuff. It's a kind of an overall experience. But I took one astronomy class. Like, I thought, easy credit, whatever, who cares? So what's the only thing that he can remember for the rest of my fucking degree? He remembers astronomy. So I don't even know what I took in the class, whatever. It's like constellations and stuff like that. And like his buddies would come over and they'd hang out and they'd be like, oh, Mark, you're in school, right on. What do you take in school? What do you take? And before I could answer, he always interrupted and goes, space! My boy takes space in school. Like, thanks. That was encouraging, whatever. But, so I thought that I'd, tonight, kind of show him what I did in school. So I wrote him a bit of a story. I asked him how his life was and what he did. And I figured there's like aunties and kids and like people that probably don't want to hear all the jokes that I actually wrote. So I did this. I'll just grab it here. I gotta see this. I'm proud of that boy. See? So yeah, I got out the old sketchbook here, and in school, whenever we did this type of presentation, so you know, we draw some pictures so that people in the audience don't have to like listen or read if they can't read or something. I don't know, but they call this kind of thing story enhancers. So, have you ever had an autobiography written about you? No, not yet? Well, I decided to write a autobiography about the old man, but I only asked him like 3 questions. So I had to add a few things and spice it up a little bit. So this is the official illustrated autobiography of Sheldon Mohr, aka Dad. Sheldon Mohr was born December 29, 1960 and raised in a beautiful palace in Sally, Saskatchewan. From an early age, in school he accelerated at playing hockey, baseball, running track, throwing footballs, and talking to lovely ladies. All at the same time. In school, Sheldon always believed that he got good grades. One year, he thought that all of his marks were 77%, but then he soon realized that 77 was just what year it was. But it was okay. Sheldon graduated from high school, and soon he began working at his first job. He worked at a magical automobile fueling station where he filled cars with gas and developed massive arms. He loved his job so much. Then one day, the least expected thing happened to him. Ninjas! They were angry that Sheldon was working at the magical automobile fueling station, so his only choice was to battle them to the death. Sheldon won, using only his ridiculously huge muscles and a gas pump hose he used to light one of them on fire with. The ninjas were crushed by his money Chuck Norris-like powers. Sheldon fought well, but because he had killed so many ninjas, he was banished from the magical automobile fueling station forever. So he moved to a giant metropolitan city known as Regina. All of his friends came too, and they were pretty cool, but they soon encouraged Sheldon to party a lot and meet beautiful women. That's when, one day, he discovered his favorite drink, rum. For several years, he scoured the land with his band of friends, defeating monsters and sleeping with beautiful wenches. Then one day, he found a lovely, gorgeous princess that he really liked. They fell in love, and they moved into a beautiful, big castle. Isn't that nice? Everything was going great. But then, one day, unexpectedly, this lovely queen shed her silky soft skin and turned out to be an evil, hideous dragon. At first we couldn't tell. When Sheldon met her, she was so hot and really good in bed. Sheldon fought the dragon furiously and hard, but she ended up taking the castle, his riches, and a really nice 1959 Chevy Bel Air. I told you, I only asked you 3 questions. So Sheldon roamed the land once again, looking to find a better princess he could consummate with. One day he stumbled upon her, and through some well-guided words and help from his favorite drink, he made her his second queen, who he could love and adore forevermore. So they moved into an even nicer and more beautiful castle with a view of Wascana Park. But then one day, his beautiful queen shed all of her soft and silky skin, and lo and behold, she turned out to be the same hideous evil dragon as the one he married before. This time Sheldon fought even more furiously and hard, but again she took the castle, all of his riches, and any remaining trust he felt for stupid, pretentious dragons. After a few years of complaining about how cold-hearted and bitchy dragons are, he found a new job selling crackers. And many of his co-workers could relate to his stories, so they also enjoyed the same favorite drink. So they all got along great. Then one day, the ninjas were back. Apparently he hadn't killed all of them yet, and now they were seeking vengeance. So he battled them once again and easily won. This time by running them over with something called a skid steer. It was so gruesome and raw that no human could ever depict it in a picture. As a reward for his courageousness and wicked mustache, the Grand Master of Ninjas offered Sheldon the most beautiful and busty princess this world has ever known. Sheldon, with his giant arms of steel, accepted the Grand Master's ninja's gift, and then immediately beheaded her, because he knew that deep down she was a hideous evil dragon. Sheldon's life went on, and by the time he reached the age of 50, he became the greatest king the land of Saskatchewan has ever seen. Eventually, he would go on to find the woman of his dreams and gain back 10 times the amount of riches that stupid asshole dragon took. Oh yeah, and somewhere along the way, he had an amazing and awesome son. And they all lived happily ever after.